Hello, guys. Welcome back. Today we are going to wrap up comparing and contrasting text by reading paired selections, and we are going to focus on part two. Yesterday we completed part one, and I modeled for you guys the steps for comparing and contrasting text when there are text dependent questions that follow. And so today we're going to jump right into it again and finish up parts two by answering steps three and four, and typically completing steps. That means completing steps three and four. So the essential question was, how do I use text evidence and vocabulary to demonstrate understanding of text, including comparing and contrasting across text? The I can statement was, I can compare and contrast text using text evidence while responding to new vocabulary. And the I will statement, it was, I will compare and contrast text using text evidence while responding to new vocabulary by analyzing paired passages. We talked briefly about what paired selections are, but they are also known as paired passages, and we said that when we read paired selections, we look for what is similar and different in the two passages. So the overall purpose for reading paired selections is to identify the similarities and differences that they share. That can be done through verbal, just communicating it, through a written response, or by answering specific questions, which is what we are doing. We discuss theme and moral lessons learned in stories, and then we review the steps that you follow in order to compare and contrast paired selections with text dependent questions. We completed step one and two yesterday. Today we're going to jump right into step three and four. And step three and four require you to reread the passages, both of them, and analyze the connection between the two. And also reread both passages and answer the questions that require details from both passages. So we're really going to focus heavily on step three and four today. I'm going to check those off because I'm about to do them right now. Now, in order to save time, I went ahead and read the passages again or reread them before recording the video so that I could jump right into the question. But quickly to review, we read about My Dog Stella, or I read about My Dog Stella, which was a poem. And the poem shared how important the dog was to the speaker and how helpful the dog was and how the dog was always there for her. And then we read the second passage, which was about Brandy, who was a goalie on a soccer team, and she was offered the opportunity to play for one of the best teams in the state, and she turned it down because of how supportive her coach was and how much she loved playing with her team. So let's look at the questions. Question 3 said a theme that the two passages share is that, remember, theme is an idea. And when it says that the two passages share, that means that we are talking about both passages. And I wrote that down yesterday. And we are looking at how are they the same. So a common theme from both, because a story can have more than one theme. A says, good things will come with patience. Now A is true because in story 2, Brandy denies or turns down the opportunity to be on the Raiders team, but later finds out that her coach, Coach Flanders, is going to be the coach and she'll be joining the team. Now, the reason I'm not going to choose A is because it is not true for passage 1. It is only true for passage 2. So I'm going to put P2 only and not passage 1. And I'm looking for one that is for both of the passages, a theme for both. B says true friends are always there for you. Now that is true as well, but that is only true for passage 1 because Stella was there for the speaker in the poem when she really needed her for her homework. I'm going to cross out B because again, we're looking for a theme for both passages that both passages share. C says it is good to appreciate what you have. Now, C sounds correct because in paragraph 1 or passage 1, the speaker appreciates her dog Stella because Stella is always there and Stella is very helpful. Now, in passage 2, Brandy appreciates her coach because her coach is always there as well and very supportive. So I can put a question mark by C because C sounds really good and C is supported by both passages. Now D says hard work and talent get rewarded. And I'm going to associate D with passage 2. And I keep wanting to say paragraph because I'm used to saying paragraph, but I mean passage 2 because D focuses on Brandy's hard work because Brandy works hard. She's offered a position on a really good team, even though she turns it down. Now, her hard work was noticed, but she turned down the opportunity. So, the best answer for a theme or idea that is shared in both passages is going to be C. Now, let's take a look at our last question. Question 4 says, which topic? Remember, topics are usually one word, 1 to 2 words that you can say is mentioned or is a focus in a passage or a text that we're reading. Which topic appears in passage 2? So in passage 2, but not in passage 1. So this is how they are different. Again, you have to think about both passages, but a difference in both passages. I'm going to try to write this out. So a difference in both passages. Let's look at the answer choices. So A says a classroom. Now, classroom was mentioned in passage 1 because the speaker was at school. And it says which topic appears in passage 1, in passage 2, but not in passage 1. So passage 1 did mention a classroom. Passage 2 mentioned sports. I'm going to put passage 2, and I'm going to put a question mark there because it says in passage 2, but not in passage 1. And then C says homework. Again, that was passage 1 because the speaker was missing their homework and Stella the dog brought it. And then D says a library. A library was mentioned in the poem as well, which was passage 1, because the poet speaks about how she reads in a library and Stella waits for her. I'm going to cross out D. I'm going to cross out C. And I'm also going to cross out A because B is the only topic mentioned in passage 2, which was sports in relation to Brandy playing soccer. And that's why I'm going to choose B. Now, what you guys are going to do today is you're going to reread the 2 stories that you read yesterday. Remember, they were fictional stories. And usually myths have a theme or a moral or a lesson learned. And you're going to answer the questions for both of the passages. Yesterday, you answered for only one passage and the second passage, separate questions. Today, you're going to answer both. If you need help while working, please message me and I will help you guys. And remember to find evidence in the passages to support your answers like I did. In order to be successful, you must find evidence to support your answers and remember the purpose and goal for the lesson. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to compare and contrast text, and I hope you guys are successful on today's assignment. Have a great day.